Pilgrims! I'm Rebecca Balcarcel, and I just got back from Spain 6 days ago, walking a portion of the Camino de Santiago, the Francés route. I walked from Astorga to Santiago de Compostela, about 270 something kilometers and 160 miles. And I want to talk about sleeping bags and sleep sacks and what I learned in my walk. Now, I walked in July, and that's the hottest possible time. Maybe August is even hotter, but I think July is pretty hot as far as the whole calendar, right? And if you're walking in spring or fall, obviously it's going to be cooler, and you want to think differently about your warmth level. I know about myself that I tend to be cold. And I live in Texas where it's very hot. So it's 100 degrees, for weeks at a time in the summer. And of course, we have air conditioning everywhere, which is not like Spain, where they do not. But even that I'm used to the heat, or maybe because I'm so used to heat, I get cold easily. So I really considered a sleeping bag even for a July Camino. And this is the sleeping bag I bought. It is only 1.5 pounds. It is waterproof, so it is not down. It's a synthetic because, of course, down doesn't keep you warm if it gets wet, although down is the most comfortable probably and the most compactable and the warmest, like per inch or whatever. So down is awesome. But this bag only cost $17. So from price and, just thinking about all the factors, price, weight, this was a very good value. I'll leave a link in the description. I am not affiliated with any particular product, but I got this from Amazon for $17. And like I said, it's only 1.5 pounds. So it would have been great. It's kind of hard to get in this stuff sack, and it can even squinch down more if you spend 10 minutes with it, smushing it down in there. I didn't want to spend 10 minutes, so my plan was going to be that I did not use this stuff sack. I was going to just roll it up and then like have a tie around it. And I actually have this face mask that has these 2 ties, and that was perfect for tying it in a little roll. Now, I was going to do that to save time, but of course it would not save space. But my backpack had additional room in it, so I wasn't really concerned that it take up more space than this. So realize that you don't have to use the stuff sack that your gear comes in. You can figure out other things. And also the stuff sack is a little bit heavy because it has these cinches down with these straps. But that added a little weight, and this was lighter. So, had I taken a sleeping bag, I would have not taken the stuff sack, and I would have used this instead because I had extra room in my pack to let it, it could take up more room. Some people actually just stuff their sleeping bag in loose and let it sort of fill in the gaps of the bag, and then they put other things on top of it. I guess if you have a pack liner, that would be okay because it would stay dry. Other people want their sleeping stuff in a dry bag to make sure that if anything gets wet, it's not going to be the sleeping bag. So things to think about. Okay, but I did not take a sleeping bag. I ended up taking this, which is a liner for a sleeping bag. A lot of people do silk. I chose a silk and cotton blend from Sea and Summit. And I chose the squared off kind instead of the mummy style. It's just a little more room to spread out. And as you can see, it's still super small. And it weighs about 5 ounces. Yeah, 5 ounces is great. So it is basically a sheet that's folded over and sewn. This is what it looks like. I mean, it's pretty thin. I would say I can sort of see light through it, even with 2 layers. So it's comfortable, but it is not warm. I mean, it's 1 layer. It's even less warm, I would say, than a nice thick cotton sheet. So I knew I might get cold with this, even though I really wanted to carry this instead of the 1.5 pound sleeping bag. And if you have an even heavier sleeping bag, and it's July, yeah, you might do the sleep sack instead. How did I keep warm then? Because I did run into days that were 45 degrees Fahrenheit on those higher elevations. And in Galicia, it wasn't unusual for the morning to be pretty cool. So what I did is wear my clothes. I had a long sleeve merino wool top and long legging merino wool bottoms. So that is kept me pretty warm already. And nights that were even more cold, I would wear my puffy. So I had a coat basically. It's called a puffy in the hiking world because it's, puffy. But it was also very light, really small, and specially made for hiking. So I was wearing the puffy instead of a fleece. So the puffy was my warm layer for like sitting around after my walking in the evenings. I wore it a lot in the evenings. Pretty much every evening I was wearing it as just a warm layer over my, after hiking clothes. And I wore it to sleep several times because it was cold. Sometimes I didn't have to actually wear it in the sleep sack. I could just lay it over, and it went down to my waist, so it was pretty much like a blanket. So it worked as a fleece. It worked as a blanket. It is synthetic. It's actually a Patagonia Nano Puff Jacket. So it's super light, and it does smoosh down into a little envelope, but I never did that. I just, I actually put it in a Ziploc bag, like a freezer size Ziploc bag, a quart size, I think. So again, I kind of invented a stuff sack that was easier. I didn't want to spend all day stuffing it into this tiny thing. So, and sometimes I just wadded it up and stuck it in my pack. So my puffy turned into my blanket, and my merino wool long sleeve, long leggings worked well. And then also I wore my short sleeve merino wool t-shirt on top of that all when it was truly cold, so that I was wearing kind of everything. Let's see, did I also have a skirt? Yes, but I didn't wear that to bed. But I had 2 pair of leggings, so I could double up if I wanted to there. So if I wore kind of everything plus the puffy and my sleep sack, I was okay. I was okay. Would I do it again? I think the sleeping bag might be worth the wait if I'm doing a longer Camino and if I'm in a different season. So anytime but July, I probably would take the sleeping bag, and I would just, try to train myself so I could handle a little more weight. But for July, this actually worked really well. So that was my experience. I hope it helps you make your own decision. And I hope you have a wonderful Camino if you decide to go ahead and do it. And buen Camino.